Welcome to the Elevating Leaders series, where we go beyond the headlines and straight to the people who are redefining insurtech and business transformation. We've caught up with the visionaries and the pioneers that are currently driving the industry forward, bringing you exclusive insights, strategies, and stories you won't hear anywhere else. If you're ready to go deeper, this is your front row seat to the future of insurance. I'm Miguel Edwards, and this is 5 Minutes.
I'd be remiss if I didn't take an opportunity to talk to you, a Florida insurance expert, about back-to-back storms. I live in Tampa now, and so I was right there front and center.
Welcome. Here's your gift.
Yeah, holy cow! What do we And by the way, climate change, by the way, was a discussion on the stage during the keynote yesterday. What do we need to be thinking about as an industry, given what we've just experienced?
I mean, there's so much we need to be thinking about. So it's what needs to be prioritized is that we have states like Florida, but this is not just a hurricane problem. We're seeing it in California.
Sure.
Really struggling. Okay. And I don't see that ending. We sort of needed another clean year. We had a clean year last year. That was good for carriers and reinsurers to kind of build up balance sheet and some surplus.
Yep.
We really needed another one and we didn't get it.
Right.
Okay. So the losses are going to be in the tens of billions of dollars. That's going to put a pinch on the Florida marketplace. It's just going to make the 1/1 reinsurance renewals that much more difficult to accomplish. So, I'm expecting that any sort of rate relief that we started to see, we're not going to get.
Right.
Like that's going to be put on pause. We may see rate increases. It's hard to tell.
Right.
It's too early, but there's going to be a pause on that. And frankly, that just puts a lot of pressure on the entire Florida marketplace ecosystem because the buyers are really pinched here. Premiums are really expensive. These issues are just not going to get resolved. And it's part of what it is that, we've been discussing and we've been trying to resolve is that there's no advocacy for the marketplace.
Right.
And so the marketplace is taking it on the chin. So this isn't about consumer advocacy or industry advocacy. This is like the marketplace needs the pins to be lined up. Florida is a very dangerous place to take risks.
Yes. We
have half the hurricane risk of the United States. So there has to be expectation of losses. There also has to be the expectation from the consumer side that this is likely not to be inexpensive.
Right.
You can't carry half of the hurricane risk and expect the premium to be the same from the home you left in Michigan.
Yeah.
Right? That's not reasonable at all. But there's nothing in the marketplace that's properly setting expectations in a framework for all of the individual stakeholders and constituents to set their expectations on what should we be doing, what should we be expecting, and what decisions can we make that will make Florida a more attractive place for global capital, global reinsurance capacity to come in. So we needed a clean year.
Yeah.
We didn't get a clean year, which means the struggle is going to continue. The hard market's going to continue.
I don't know, Nick, that people get how high the stakes are because, I was listening to a pundit on LinkedIn talk about the fact that, and he positioned, I'd love your opinion on this, that Florida is essentially on the verge of being economically unviable. Because when you start thinking about the fact that, and you talk about the cost of insurance, at what point do homeowners become completely priced out of buying a home because they can't afford homeowner insurance, right? And
it's happening.
It's happening right now. And, and I guess that the Florida Reinsurance Fund is the fund is like something like 17 or 19 billion dollars. And you talk about tens of billions of dollars of losses. So what do we have to do to get people to fully appreciate and understand that change is necessary?
Yeah. So, I'll say the easy word, which is education.
Yeah.
But that's not so easy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as a society, as California constituents, all of us.
Right.
Folks in Tallahassee, insurance buyers, the media, local municipalities. There's just a tangible lack of knowledge about insurance. And you nailed it.
Yeah.
That lack of knowledge is now extended into something that feels existential around the economy.
Yeah.
Because what is Florida? It's beaches, it's tourism. Well, what's that? That's real estate.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's continue that further. Can the real estate market function if the insurance market's broken?
Yep.
No. And so we are like a second order effect, a third order effect. It's not something that Tallahassee is thinking about all the time, but the state government has big goals to become, California always talks about how they're the, fourth largest, fifth largest economy in the world. I think Florida is the 13th largest economy, or the 16th largest,
something in there,
and their goal is to become the 10th largest economy. Well, tourism, real estate, that's the only way it's going to happen.
Right.
And the only way that's going to happen is if the insurance market works.
Thank you for joining this episode of 5 Minutes. If you've enjoyed our discussion, we'd love for you to share it with anyone else you think might find it interesting. Also, please subscribe on whatever podcast platform you're listening on and hit that bell to stay on top of the game with our practical 5-minute episodes. We look forward to seeing you again next week.